Dive into a world of captivating stories, from spine-chilling horrors to enchanting fantasies, heartwarming romances, and thrilling adventures. Dive into tales of survival, secrets, and the untamed wilderness, specially crafted for those who love animal adventures and thrilling storytelling. Get ready for an unforgettable journey. Evan Carter set off on a solo trek into the breathtaking wilderness of Glacier National Park, Montana. The forest teemed with life as sunlight filtered through the canopy, illuminating the lush greenery around him. Armed with his camera, Evan captured the vivid details of the forest, the rustling leaves, the chirping birds, and the serene beauty of untouched nature. As he ventured further, his attention was drawn to a set of paw prints imprinted in the soft dirt, far larger than any dog's. Intrigued by their size, he decided to follow the trail, curiosity pulling him deeper into the mysterious forest. As dusk fell, the forest grew eerily quiet, bathed in the soft glow of moonlight. The sounds were haunting yet strangely rhythmic, almost as though they were part of a song. Before him stood a pack of wolves, encircling a lone injured wolf lying on the ground. The scene was mesmerizing. The wolves seemed to communicate without sound, their synchronized gestures displaying a level of coordination Evan had never seen before. He crouched low, observing the strange spectacle from a safe distance. Hiding behind a large tree, Evan continued to watch as the pack nudged the injured wolf toward a shallow cave at the edge of the clearing. His curiosity grew when he noticed the faint glow emanating from the cave walls. As he crept closer, he saw that the walls were covered in glowing symbols resembling ancient Native American glyphs. The sight was both beautiful and unsettling, sparking a sense of wonder mixed with fear. Suddenly, the wolves caught his scent. They turned their glowing eyes toward him, their intense gaze freezing him in place under the eerie light of the moon. Evan braced himself for an attack, but instead the wolves growled softly and backed off, their movements slow and deliberate. The injured wolf, however, limped toward him, its eyes filled with pain and trust. As the wolf collapsed at his feet, Evan's instincts took over. He rummaged through his backpack, pulling out a small first aid kit. Carefully, he tended to the wolf's wound, all the while feeling the unyielding gaze of the pack on him. They stood silently in a semicircle as though judging his every move. For the first time, Evan felt like he was a part of something much larger than himself. That night, Evan decided to camp near the clearing, setting up his tent under the canopy of towering trees. His sleep was restless, haunted by vivid dreams of running with the wolves. In the dream, he could see through their eyes, feel their instincts, and sense an encroaching danger. A shadowy figure appeared, holding a rifle, lurking menacingly in the forest. Startled awake at dawn, Evan found the pack surrounding his tent, their postures alert and protective. The injured wolf was gone, and the silence of the morning carried an unspoken warning. Determined to find answers, Evan followed a faint blood trail leading deeper into the forest. The path brought him to a small makeshift camp filled with crude traps and cages. Hiding in the underbrush, he overheard two men discussing their plans to capture rare wolves that could fetch a fortune. Realization dawned on Evan. The wolves were being hunted. As anger and urgency surged within him, he knew he had to warn the pack, but the question remained: how could he communicate with them? That evening, the pack returned, and the alpha wolf approached Evan with deliberate steps. Locking eyes with him, the wolf's piercing gaze seemed to penetrate his very thoughts. A strange sensation swept over Evan, a flood of images and emotions that defied explanation. He saw glimpses of the poachers, the traps, and the danger the pack faced. In that moment, he understood. The wolves were asking for his help. The connection was beyond words, but it was undeniable, and Evan felt a newfound responsibility to protect them. Under the guidance of the wolves, Evan was led to a hidden valley tucked away deep in the forest. The valley was breathtaking, bathed in golden light, and at its center stood an ancient totem carved with intricate symbols. The totem radiated an otherworldly energy, pulsating with a life of its own. As Evan placed his hand on it, a surge of visions filled his mind. He saw the history of the forest, the origins of the glyphs, and the sacred bond between the wolves and this land. The experience left him awestruck, strengthening his resolve to defend this place. The tranquility of the valley was shattered when the poachers arrived, drawn by rumors of the wolves. Evan, now fully aligned with the pack, worked quickly to set up traps using the terrain to their advantage. The confrontation was intense, wolves and man working together to outwit the poachers. The alpha wolf led the charge, lunging at the leader with ropes. The poachers, overwhelmed and outmatched, were subdued, their greed no match for the unity of the forest's defenders. With the poachers captured and evidence of their crimes handed over to the authorities, Evan prepared to leave the forest. The pack accompanied him to the edge of their territory, the alpha wolf stopping to meet his gaze one final time. In that moment, Evan felt an unspoken gratitude and a deeper understanding of the bond they shared. As he walked away, the morning sun casting golden hues over the landscape, he carried with him a renewed purpose: to protect the wolves and the mysteries of their sacred home. Thanks for exploring the world of imagination with Fable Infinity. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories that spark your mind and soul. See you in the next tale.